Okay guys, what is up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today I'm going to go over what I think are the most important keys to cutting and also the biggest mistakes that I think you could make. So I put some notes on my phone. All right. So the first thing and probably like the most important thing when you decide that you want to cut is you need to find out what your calorie maintenance is. There's a bunch of different like calorie maintenance apps you can find or like different websites you can find online. If you just type in calorie maintenance calculator on Google is like the easiest way. You type in your height, your weight, how often you exercise, and it'll come up with a set range of calories you need to eat to like be able to maintain your weight. So for example, when you want to cut, you would say you would start 100 calories less than your calorie maintenance, and you'd also start with like a little bit of cardio. I don't know if I should get into the mistakes yet, but whatever. I'll get into a mistake that I see a majority of people make who start to cut is, so they find their calorie maintenance and they'll eat like 1,000 calories less, and they'll just start like full-fledged with like an hour of cardio, which is like the complete wrong way to do it. You need to start small so you'll have somewhere to go. If you completely just full send doing like so much cardio, start yourself with like practically no food, you're gonna have nowhere to go when you plateau. The smartest way to do it is you gradually lower your calories and you're gradually going to increase your cardio. So for example, someone who would want to start cutting, you'll eat 100 calories under and you'll start with say 15 minutes of cardio 4 days a week. And then if you're like not losing enough weight after a couple weeks, or you plateau say, then you'll do 300 calories in a deficit and you'll say do 20 minutes of cardio for 5 days a week. And then you just keep increasing your cardio as you decrease your calories. So that way you keep having room to go down, rather than if you just do like start with no food and start with a crazy amount of cardio, because you're going to plateau eventually and then you'll have nowhere to go. That's probably like the biggest mistake I see so many people make when they try to cut and they're like, I'm barely eating, like I'm doing all this cardio and I'm still not losing weight. It's because you gave yourself no room to work with. So that is like the number one thing that I would like pay attention to when you guys are trying to cut. Also, this is kind of like a no-brainer, but you need to know exactly how many calories you're putting into your body. One of the best ways to do this is to use MyFitnessPal or to have a structured meal plan. I personally use a structured meal plan because I just think it's easier for me than putting every single thing that I'm doing into MyFitnessPal. It's just a lot simpler for me. When I'm traveling, I use MyFitnessPal because it's harder for me to eat the same meals every day. But if you figure out what your calories and macros that you need to hit are, I would recommend just getting set meals that you eat every single day, that it's just routine and you just do the same thing every day. And that way you don't have to worry about putting this in, this in, this in. And it's just like less complicated. Well, your schedule doesn't allow you to kind of eat the same thing every day. Then you need to be tracking, you need to be weighing, and you need to use MyFitnessPal, because if you don't know exactly what you're putting into your body, there's no way that you're going to make progress, because you're going to be all over the place. So you need to have some type of structure, whether it's MyFitnessPal or whether it's like just eating the same thing every day. This is for when it gets hard. Like if you find yourself struggling to stick to your plan. So something that I've always used is you need to kind of have a goal, or you kind of need to have a reason as to why you want to get shredded. So like in your moments of weakness, you can use whatever your goal is or whatever is like driving you as motivation to like not cheat on your diet. So for example, for me, I compete in bodybuilding shows. So I just picture myself like on that stage that day when I'm like about to cheat, or I'm about to like not do what I'm supposed to do. And then I'm like, the thought comes into my head. I'm like, okay, if I do this right now, I know that I'm hurting myself, what I could look like on stage. So it's like they clash with each other. So it's like I'll get on that stage knowing that I could have been better. So I know a lot of people don't compete, but there's things that you guys can use to help you like get that same type of drive, that same type of motivation. For example, if you guys have trips planned, you want to look good on the beach, you need to use that drive to like not cheat on your diet. Picture yourself on the beach, like shredded for that trip that you want to go on. But because if you cheat, you're not gonna look like how you want to look. Whatever your goal or whatever your reason is, you need to think of that when you're about to like not follow your diet, or you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that's one of the biggest things I would say that has helped me. Also, something that I noticed myself doing like subconsciously that I've always not been aware of, I tend to rationalize and make things okay that aren't okay. So for example, one thing that I used to tend to do is that I'm working on myself this year is like I would do extra cardio to be like, okay, now I can eat more food, when in reality that's not that's like not how it works, especially in like bodybuilding. That goes for a lot of other things as well. You can't just like do one thing and be like, okay, since I did that, this is okay now. You know what I mean? Because it all comes down at the end of the day to sticking to your plan. Whatever system in your brain you can use to help yourself stick to your plan is what's gonna help you get to that end goal. Moral of this story is whatever diet or whatever strategy you choose to get shredded, you need to figure out a way to make it obtainable for you. Whatever you pick, if you're picking using MyFitnessPal or you're picking a structured meal plan, pick something that is attainable for you in the long term. Don't pick something that is just going to get you shredded for like a week and then you're going to binge. Like you need to find something that you can continue to like obtain or like stick to basically, because I've seen a lot of people, they'll get super shredded for like a week and then they'll just binge. That's kind of an issue that I had when I did competing. I'll get so shredded for this week and then it would kind of mess my relationship up with food. But it's different because I'm doing the sports. I'm not trying to just get shredded for summer. So they're kind of like, they're a little different, because if I wasn't competing, I probably wouldn't get as shredded that I do like for a competition. I'd probably be maybe like 3-5 pounds heavier than a stage weight to be like a comfortable, like attainable amount of shredded, I guess you could say. But moral of the story is do something that you can like stick to is like the biggest thing I'd say. Now we'll get into ways or tips to not like overeat. Biggest one, try drinking lots of water. Drink as much water as you can, keep you full. Vegetables will help keep you full. Also, I've noticed the busier you can stay, the easier it will be for you to not like overeat. I noticed, like, I used to work construction back in the day, and when I was working like 10-12 hour days, like I was as shredded as I ever would have been, just because like I didn't have time to like really eat. So it's like the busier you can be, the better. Also, I'll chew a lot of gum. That kind of just, I always feel like I kind of need to be eating something, chewing something. So gum has helped me a lot. I probably chew way too much gum, especially when I get like closer to my show. It's also, it's like a good strategy. I know a lot of companies, I know Alphaline, they have some fat burners. They help curb appetites. If you guys want them, Coach on. But anything that you think will help curb your appetite, like I just used, like I mentioned, gum, caffeinated drinks, fat burners. Staying busy is probably like the most helpful one out of those three, I think. The biggest thing is like your mindset. You just gotta want it bad enough. You gotta have a reason to make yourself not want to cheat. You have to, it's you versus you, like when it comes down to it. Because I struggle with this the most. Like when you want to eat it and you just like, you literally just gotta be like, no, I can't eat this. I need to fucking stick to my diet. But when it comes down to that, you need to have a reason. You need to have a goal. You need to picture your goal. If you're not picturing your goal, you're gonna fucking cheat on your diet. Like that's how it is. If there's no reason for you to be shredded, if it's not eating at you in the back of your mind, this is why I'm doing this, you're probably gonna cheat. So the biggest thing I would say is get a reason, get a goal for why you want to be shredded, and it'll be easy from there. But the first couple weeks are probably the hardest. As soon as you get a good system, a good routine down, then it'll kind of just be easy from there. I hope that has helped you guys at all, like a little bit. If you guys want more videos like this where I kind of talk about what I do, yeah, just comment below. Thank you guys for watching the video. I will see you guys at the next one. Peace out. Go subscribe to the channel.